I get at least get to that thing. Tilton, how do you make it like the wheel?
What do you mean how do you make the wheel?
I like it.
Revolve. We've done this. Multiple times, mind
How do
you.
you make it like round?
Revolve. Revolve.
I never done the revolve.
Bro, we did an example, and then we did this.
Why can't we have just done the other one?
Huh?
Why can't we stay with the first one we did?
Because that one was trash. It had no dimensions. So,
So if I press revolve, it looks like
I'll remind you
yes, please.
of a few things. I don't want to talk over people. It's going to try my patience. I'll remind you of a few things. First off, we took a profile,
Is that daddy?
okay? We took a profile, and then when we did the revolve thing, you select, in this region, you select all the parts of the sketch, all right? And then right here, where it says revolve axis, okay, if you don't have anything chosen, it'll be red. You got to click on that, and you got to click on that construction line, okay?
When we revolve, do we revolve everything?
Yeah.
And then no. And you click on the red part square at the bottom.
A revolve.
Click on the red thing at the bottom.
Oh, dude.
And then click on the construction line. The line
Why
of
should you
origin.
take me out for one?
Now,
Oh wait, what's last clip have? Oh wait, yeah, that's
whoa.
I aren't mad.
Y'all be tripping.
Tilton, I did it.
Good. Does it look cool?
I swear to God.
Why is it so much different colors?
I don't know. Mine's easy.
Mine said that. Alright, Ryan, go pro.
Okay. Now, listen up. So, we have a wheel. Okay? We have a wheel. Now, I'm going to show you a basic way. What do you want?
Tell him to leave.
Me? I'm in the middle of class.
Yeah, do it, Templeton.
Well, you can wait till the end of fifth hour then.
What's the best brand of
Hey, we can wait.
You can do it.
We can wait.
Ben?
Please, Ben. Please.
Okay. So, this wheel, I am going to make the spokes. All right? We're going to do a simplified way of doing this. Gentlemen, hush. We're going to make a simplified way of doing this. So there are more complicated ways you can do this to make fancier spokes. Not saying you can't do that. I'm going to show you a way. Okay? So, where I'm going to sketch is I'm going to sketch inside the wheel on that surface. I am not going to sketch on this. I'm going to sketch there in that surface.
Okay, I died.
Like right there. Okay?
Ben, what do we do again?
You gotta look up here or look at the stream, man. Like, I love these people ask me questions and I can see they literally never take their eyes off their screen or phone. And I'm like, actually, pay attention.
I just don't. Didn't see what he did.
Wait, chat, what are you doing?
You press sketch too. Press sketch.
Yes.
And then click what?
I'm sketching on this surface.
Got it. Oh yes. Look at that.
Like, I'm sketching on this surface.
Okay.
Okay. So, what I'm going to do, okay, if I were to make kind of a rough outline of the spokes, just watch what I do. So, a spoke might kind of go like here-ish, okay? That might be like, just watch what I'm doing. Just listen, just pay attention. Good Lord. So that might be like one spoke, and then I might have like another spoke go off like that, okay? Okay? And then the region that I would want to like cut out would be this right there, right?
Oh, we're making rims?
Yeah.
Stupid.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do one of these little areas. Now, I want you to look at your wheel. How many spokes do you have?
A lot.
Some of you have 6.
I want.
Some of you have, count them.
We need more than Ocho.
Some of you have 6.
I have 10.
Let me see this.
I think it's more than 10.
I do have more than 10.
I think
Are
it's,
we counting this as one? Or can
Are you kind of like a big circle?
1, 2, 3.
Like how many spokes are there?
12.
Oh.
You have 12.
Lines are
6.
about this. Or just this.
How many individual spokes?
Yes, it says
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
16.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. We have 8 or 16. I don't know what's wrong.
You have 5, really.
Oh, I was counting.
Yeah, that's 5.
I'm in top.
I know what you're getting
Are you
at.
talking about every single line? Or are you talking about like?
Some of you have like pairs, right? So you have 5. You have 5.
I have.
There's 2 wheels that have 5. One of them looks like they have 10, but they're in groups of 2. So there's 5. Another one's like they're curved and there's 5. Some have 6. They're very straight. Some of them are very, very thin, and there's like 12 of them. It's a lot.
Yeah, I'm not
Okay.
doing that one.
So we're not going to make all of those. We're going to make 1. So I don't actually need the whole spoke. I only need the part of the spoke that's going to be touching this hole. Okay? So this is what we're going to draw. So you can actually follow along with what I'm drawing. I'm going to first make a line that goes from the center straight up to that point.
So from the origin.
Yes.
To what point?
Where my cursor is.
Oh, the top.
Okay? This is for reference. It's not actually part of the spoke, although it could run through the midpoint of a spoke, right? And then I'm going to make another line that's actually the edge of the spoke. And it is going to run vertical. I actually want it to be vertical. And it's only going from here to here because that line is actually representing like the physical edge of the spoke.
Oh my gosh. Does it matter how big? So shall we make it another
Huh?
one?
It's like a decent size. Doesn't matter how big.
I mean, it you know, I don't go crazy. Okay, we're going to dimension it later. Now, I got to make the other spoke. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do a line, and I'm going to go from the center off to here. I'm going to go at an angle. Okay? So I got another line. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing I did here. I'm going to draw a line that represents the actual edge of the spoke, but it's going to go at an angle. Now, if I do this just correctly, if I do it correctly, it'll have a snap to constraint that is parallel.
C.
Okay? We want the parallel constraint to show. We want this line to be parallel to this one. This one perfectly goes through the center. So if this is parallel to that, then we know it's perfect. Okay? I am doing the very basic spokes. There are different types of spokes, and you can play with those at your leisure if you want, but I'm going to show you how to make basic spokes. Okay? So that line is parallel. If you're not sure if you got it parallel, you can go to constraints and click on the parallel constraint. Which constraint? Parallel. And like you can actually make 2 lines parallel. Like if I didn't make this vertical, I could click on it and make it parallel with this. If you've already made them parallel, this is not going to do anything, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we are going to actually put in an angle to show how big of a cutout we're going to get. How many spokes do you want? Okay? How many degrees are in a circle? So if you have 6 spokes, 360 degrees divided by 6 is 60. If you had 5 spokes, 360 divided by 5 is 72. If you had 12 spokes, 360 divided by 12 is 30. Okay? So however many spokes you want, you do 360 divided by that number. And then you can go and dimension it. And we're going to dimension these center lines, not the actual edges of the spoke, because they're not lined up with the center of the circle. We're going to dimension from this line that goes to the center to this line that goes to the center. And we're going to actually then put the angle. For me, I'm putting 60 degrees because I have 6 spokes.
Can I do 9?
9?
Yeah.
9 spokes?
Like
I have 12, so that
Or
means
9 degrees?
spokes.
I put 12.
So
it's
9
right?
spokes.
That's
360 divided by 9 is?
1 year, 1 year, 1 year.
9. 360 divided by 9 is?
How do you get
What?
degrees?
What is 360 divided by 9?
I couldn't tell you.
What's 36 divided by 9?
Could tell you like 4.
4.
So then what's 360 divided by 9? Okay? So then make your angle 40.
I put 30 because I have 12, right? Is that right?
What you want, my dude?
Mine looks silly.
Okay. Well, bring it up. We'll take a look. This guy. You memeing on him. He's actually working
Does it look
though.
silly?
It absolutely looks silly.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
So, like, if you want your spokes to be like 12 of them, then, you know, the angle's 30. But like this line I made vertical. I had it lined up. It was vertical. Yours is not. So that's the first thing you can change. And then you might need to move those other lines, which, you know, we haven't dimensioned yet, but you might need to move these to be closer to 30.
Dude,
Like, you might have to move those other lines so that, you know, when you make it 30, they're already in the inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, I guess I know.
Click and drag and move things first. Okay. We are done making the shape. We just have to dimension it. So get your calipers and measure how wide a spoke is. Get your calipers. Measure how wide is a spoke.
I'm making all the spokes.
How wide is a spoke?
Oh, crap.
Okay?
7.2.
So whatever number you got, you need to understand that you have only drawn half of the spoke. So for me, I found the width of the spoke to be 5.4. But I only have half a spoke. So if it's 5.4 for the whole spoke, and I only have half the spoke, how much should it actually be? What would I do to the number 5.4?
Are we measuring from the top?
Oh my gosh.
Divide by 2. So I'm going to actually literally do that. This dimension right here, okay, this dimension, I'm going to actually type the overall width, 5.4, and then I'm going to type /2 to divide by 2. So you don't actually have to do the math yourself. So instead of me calculating it to be 2.7, which is half of 5.4, I had the computer do that. It displays 2.7, but if I actually click on this again, it has the original thing I typed, 5.4/2.
So what I do, 1.25 divided by 2.
Did you measure the width to be 1.52? Then
1.25.
okay, that's fine. Then you can do that. Whatever number you get.
So do I got it? Okay, yeah.
And I'm going to do the same thing over here.
Shut up,
5.4/2. Okay? And that gets me half a spoke.
Why am I not in millimeters?
I don't know. Change your workspace units.
I don't know how to do that.
Click on the 3 things up here.
3 lines, bro.
3 lines, workspace units.
Workspace unit?
Yep.
You're
Not
right.
in inches, we need millimeters. In millimeters.
How did you, what is it? Do that, the dimension thing.
Dimension this? We do 1.25.
Click on that black one.
Holy thinness. Do I measure the other one too?
They're the same. So yeah, you would need to dimension it, but you don't need to measure it because it should be the same. All the spokes should be the same.
Wait, so I should, so 9 is 40, correct?
Holy thinness.
So I did, yeah, 9. If you want 9 spokes, that's 40 degrees.
What
Okay.
did you do? 50?
I did 60 degrees. I have 6 spokes.
Well, yeah, I got 12.
All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that out, that little slice. So I'm going to finish my sketch, and I'm going to go to extrude, and I can cut this out. when you cut it out, my recommendation, which of these options should we probably pick?
Remove.
Up to next. We've done this before. And then it'll cut through whatever the thickness of that is. I now have one cutout. It's just one, but I have one cutout.
Sure. Why not? We're gonna do this all over again, or we're gonna like
No,
multiply it?
no. You do it one time.
Oh, good.
You do it one time.
What? I'm done.
Actually, listen to you finally.
Wait, we're only supposed to do one smoke?
I listened to you one time.
Chat.
All right.
I did all of those.
You should be looking at the top of your wheel with your cutout.
Wait a minute.
You should be looking at the top of your wheel with your cutout.
Wait, so. How is yours a point?
Mine's not a point, so it doesn't matter.
Such a hard one.
What is the dimension between these two?
This guy.
Huh?
What are the dimension between these two?
Are you doing blue room? Are you doing your rooms, my rooms, or
Whatever you did.
no? Well, this has to be 30, and this is 1.5, and like /2, so it's 6.
I'd like to move on.
0.6.
I'd like to move on.
Give me the dimension.
You what?
Just a little minute.
You're in
I'm
inches.
still.
I'm in inches.
So
No, I'm not. Therefore, no, I'm not.
Okay, now we're good.
I'm in millimeters.
Okay.
Millimeter to meters.
You can mention anything.
Well, if you need help, you know what to do. You bring it up here.
So close.
Chat, I did it. Alright, now how do I extrude it? Check mark.
Well, you're gonna do my rooms. I feel like.
Okay, wait. What do I remove to? Chat, I did it. I did it.
I did it.
Is that the appropriate guy? Damn.
Oh my god.
What?
Sorry, it's not doing it. It's your problem now.
Yeah, I got it well.
Remove it. Just remove it.
You're not
You got that.
Oh my god.
You got that.
All right. I'd like to move on. Can we move on?
One quick second.
If you need help, like you need to bring your thing up here. I can't help you if you just sit there. There's nothing wrong with needing help, but like if you just chill, I can't deal with that. Ben, come here. Ben, Ben.
Ben's in trouble.
Oh yeah, he's in trouble.
He doesn't even have his wheel made yet.
He's actually in trouble. Did you tell your mommy and daddy that you came here during power lunch? Why?
W's bed.
Because what?
Make me go somewhere for power lunch.
Okay, but did you go anywhere during power lunch?
No.
So then why would you tell them that you did?
So we're gonna get in trouble.
Bible is life. Yeah. Oh, baby.
I'm gonna be real with you. I could care less where you go. Like, it don't matter to me.
You better have told him you went.
And And realistically, for like this class, if you don't need to be in this room or actively need me, then you can make up your work anytime, any place, right? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if you're using the equipment in here or you specifically needed my help outside of class, then
Well, I
that'd be
just
fine.
died.
But I mean, the way I see it, if you're behind and you need to make up something from the past and you can do it on your own, then go do it on your own, right?
Yeah.
But if somebody else is like expecting you to be in classrooms during power lunch, that's on you to either make that happen or explain to them that that's not really going to help your grade go up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like, if you tell them that's what you're doing, then you don't do that.
You're gonna be a senior when you get your phone back.
Yeah, you're gonna literally be like a senior citizen senior before you finally get your phone back.
Yes. My GPA is. Yeah, I'm like on the deathbed. You're gonna text me.
I'm not trying to dunk
I
on
come
you,
a
my
little
dude.
bit.
It was like a 1.5. Now it's a 4.5.
I'm not trying to dunk on you. I'm more just like, I'm just like telling you, you know, like just being honest.
Was he
with
trying to
you.
play Fortnite?
Like, if you're telling people, whoever the people are that you're doing it with, and you don't do it, that's not a winning strategy. Because then, like, once you get caught lying, you're done.
No, you're
You're done. They're never gonna believe anything you say then, right?
It already happened.
You know what I mean? So, like, just be a baller and just be like, no, I just didn't because I'm just lazy.
Hey, it's actually because volleyball is more 20.
Or just say like, there wasn't any work. Like the people who were open on that day of the week, they like I didn't have any work that I needed to do in that room.
Yeah.
Like I mean, just point blank tell them is like, I have work that I need to do. I'm just not doing it, and I don't need to be in the room to do it. I just am lazy and haven't done it. Like you can just be honest.
Yeah, quit being lazy, man.
Because if you lie, it ain't gonna end well for you. No coach is gonna want an athlete like that. No teacher wants to deal with students they can't trust.
Ben is never
And
playing
you
football
do
again.
not want your parents to never trust
What is this one?
Understand this?
Yeah, 7th grade.
Okay. So
And then
I don't really care whether you come to during power lunch or not. I mean, I'll tell you right now that it's not open 100% of the time every single day, but that's true for every teacher. No teacher has their room open the entire power lunch every day. No teacher, guaranteed no teacher. My room's probably open more than most, but not every day. But I feel like you don't really need me during power lunch. Is that a true statement?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, well, then that's on you to communicate that to your and if they don't believe you, then I'll be like, well, yeah, if he has some work he can do, but he can do it on his own time with Chromebook at home or whatever.
Yeah.
But then, like, that's what you should do.
Especially the OG Fortnite side, dude. They just told me to like dirty somewhere for power lunch. Especially
Okay,
the OG
so
Fortnite.
let me help you on a little pro tip for life here, right? So they mean well, they want you to do well, but they don't actually know what it's going to take for you to do well. You just sitting in a room every day of the week is not going to help you be successful, right? What's going to help you be successful is when you're actually supposed to be in that class, actually doing that class's work, right? And you know this. So what do you need to do to make that happen, right?
Oh, you did
Not
that.
saying you're slacking in here, I'm just speaking broadly speaking, right? Like you know there were times you were slacking.
Oh,
Pretty
you always
much every class.
Every day.
Including this one. But like it wasn't just this class. I mean we've seen the pictures, we all seen the pics of this man playing them games.
I'll give you one next class. There's actually YouTube.
Okay, whatever. It was watching YouTube. Whatever.
And Cup Royale. That you just.
Imagine not even playing the game himself, watching someone else play a game. How lame.
He's been on it for 30. He's got cut from like 5 sports.
Well,
I'm getting missiles.
you better have a little chit chat with your mommy and dad.
Please also like
Better they hear it from you than someone
do
else.
your Gmail call and like let me hear it all.
Because I'm not the only person they ask. They ask all your teachers. You go that right. You're not stupid.
Find a way how to video that. I'm
Yeah, I
trying to
did
figure
that
it
when my
out.
dad told me she emailed me.
Oh no.
Yeah, they ask all your teachers.
Do you think it'd be a good idea?
Yeah.
They didn't email, I'm so screwed.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't even care.
This is why you don't lie.
I have them.
That's why you don't lie. Just being lazy is one thing. Don't lie.
Then,
You know what I'm saying? Don't lie. Just don't do it. You be honest about being lazy or bad or whatever. Like, okay, but don't lie.
It's really like,
Life lesson. Now you know. The more you know. All right, go do your CAD work.
Phones are gonna be extinct when they
All right, folks, it's
I
time.
had a question.
What's your question?
Whenever I try to remove it, it's not removing.
Remove what?
Like with the extrude, to make that like
Well, get out of Sketch first off. Go to extrude 1, I guess.
I don't know why that's red.
Double click on it.
This extrude one I did was for like the revolve.
X that. Click the little X. Do you see that X? Click that. Okay, make sure you're clicking the correct region. No. See, you're trying to extrude that whole thing.
So,
Click the X again. Or no, you didn't click it. Hover in there. Zoom in. Okay, I'm wondering if one of these lines didn't go all the way from the edge to the edge. So maybe redraw those lines. It might be close, but that's my only guess.
and then those 2 lines you would.
Yeah, those 2 inner ones.
Sure.
They might not have gone all the way from like circle to circle. So you don't have
they
it.
just need to,
So
like,
you don't have
touch.
any. Yeah, well, they got to go all the way to the edge, or you don't have an enclosed shape to actually grab.
Oh.
That's my guess. That would explain that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. We are going to have the computer make the others for us. So this is called a pattern. You make one, and then you use a pattern to make the others. And the nice thing about the pattern is it doesn't matter whether it's 2 more or 200 more. Irrelevant. It's the same amount of work. So right here, if you hover over this, it says linear pattern. It has 3 gray cubes and a white cube. It also has a drop-down arrow. It's one of the few features that has a drop-down arrow. You're going to click on the drop-down arrow. Take a guess what you think we're going to choose.
the drop down arrow.
Pattern.
Not a drop down. Oh my god. Stupid.
Your circular pattern.
What do you think the difference is between circular and curve?
Curve is like.
Playing copper.
Ben, you just had a big talk about you doing work and you're not doing work.
Circular is like around.
You didn't learn, Ben.
Curve is like.
You need to do it.
3D.
You need a pep talk, Ben.
The outside.
All right. So let's try a circular. All right. Let's try a circular. See if it works out. Let's try a circular. Click on it.
There's so much good loot.
Okay. It says in blue. It says entities to pattern. So you have 2 options. You can either try and click on your thing, which is great if it's like a physical thing. But since this is a hole, you can't click on a hole. So you can also just literally click on it over here in the left. So while this entities to pattern is blue, you can literally click on the extrusion, which is the cutout. And that might be what you have to do. Because since it's a hole, there's nothing to like select the hole. You can't click on a hole because there's nothing there.
No. I don't know what I did.
So you click on extrude 1 or whatever you called it.
Well, come here.
No, you come here. I don't even know what's happening.
Chad, what is happening?
Oh my god.
I just clicked it once.
What do we click on again?
It's not letting me select it.
Sam, what do we click
It's
on?
being actually rude.
Oh, it looks like this thing?
Entities to pattern.
Up, down, up.
This is the mirror button. We mirror it?
No, you don't hear it.
Well, then what button do we press?
Oh, I remember this. All right. I remember this issue. Okay. So do you see how it says part pattern right here?
Yeah.
These are not parts. These are features. You got to actually click this
And click featured pattern.
and choose feature pattern. Yep.
And I click extrude one.
Let's do that one more time. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
Look up here. Look up here.
Yep.
Dudes are not going to pay attention to what I say, and they're not going to have any freaking clue what they're doing. So right here, I click the drop-down arrow, and I choose circular pattern. Okay, little thing comes up. First thing you got to do, and this is really annoying, I wish it did not default to part pattern. It says part pattern, okay? The whole thing is a part. These are actually features. So you got to click on this and change it to feature pattern. What are we changing it to?
Feature pattern.
Feature pattern. Okay? So you got feature pattern. Now when it says features to pattern, you can try and click on the hole, but there's probably not going to work because there's no like, how do you click on a hole, right? So what you do is you click on extrude or 1 or whatever you called it over here, and it'll add it. Okay? So it should say whatever you called that extrusion. If you didn't rename it, it should say extrude 1. If you did rename it, you know, then you click on that.
Mine says
Just once.
axis.
You just click on it once.
Okay, and then the axis of
And then axis of pattern should be red because you haven't input one. So you can click on that axis of pattern. Now it's blue, and you gotta go select the axis of pattern. It turns out that if you choose like a circle, it understands what that means. So like you can, for example, click on the outer edge of this circle, and it'll preview the pattern. And then the instance count, you put whatever number you want in there. I put 6. If you didn't want to do a full circle, you could even change the angle if you wanted to. Okay? There's a few other things you can change, but they don't apply to us. So make sure that you put the correct number there, and you should have.
And then just press check. Go down.
Oh my lord!
My whole tonight.
Apply per instance. Apparently, the check apply per instance. Sorry. Make sure you click on apply per instance, I guess.
Oh, these are actually sick.
It's still not working. I'm confused.
Easier.
I already did the lines and put them on the circle.
What number is this? 1.625.
Y'all playing duos?
I'm gonna just delete that.
Dude, can you video it somehow? I want to hear it. Your parents yelling at you.
We can get Ava to go
Oh yeah, I'll just text Ava and ask her.
Yeah, you don't even have your number.
You gonna bet? You gonna bet?
Yeah, I do want to bet. Exactly.
I follow her on TikTok.
Yeah, because you all are weird.
Wait, hold up. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I've been following her since I was 5.
About like redrawing all of this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
I'm gonna do 3-point arc,
Oh my god.
center. Oh wait, that's like actually Cancer.
Sign me up for a musical.
Center point arc, center, 1, 2, and then I'm gonna do another one. This is center point arc, center, 1, 2. And if that's not an enclosed shape, then you have a different issue. There, go. Remove. Blind. Button next. Are you serious? Oh. You're not sketching on the actual surface, are you?
I thought it was.
Up to face.
Some kid in the hallway just said, I asked him why he's got a limp, and he goes, my knee's acting up because the weather's changing.
What was it? Wait.
I know what your issue is, dude.
Wait, Logan, so it says my knees are acting.
You're sketching on here. You're supposed to be sketching down there.
You're being stupid.
You should be sketching on that surface. Like
do that.
you when you make your sketch, you sketch on that surface down there.
So like how? Because I'm pushing it. And
No,
then
you sketch like you
Should I
sketch.
turn it around? Should I go to the
Oh, dude,
Should it
oh,
be
what
on
did
the
I?
bottom? Should it be
Oh
on the
no,
front?
what did I do? Oh my god. No, you like are sketching like you should be sketching on that surface, and you were sketching like up here. Look at your thing. Look where you're sketching. You sketched in the wrong place. Go redo that. Whoa. Take your mouse. Okay. We're going to do one more thing with the wheel. This is just to show you some stuff. Just so you kind of know if you want to make things cool. Okay? Once you have this part, you can go to fill it. What are we going to? Fill it. Okay? Now, I don't know what's necessarily going to be a good number for sure, but I'm guessing something in the order of like 1 or 2 millimeters. I'm going to just put like 1.5. I don't know, just ballparking it. And you can actually fill it parts like this.
We're still not done.
I'm just, dude, chill, man.
Oh, so we are or not?
Figure it out, man.
Pay attention to what I'm doing, and then you'll know the answer to that question. Okay, you can fill it these edges like this. Okay, and if you look at your wheels, most if not all of your wheels have some fillets. They have some rounding.
What's a fillet?
It round stuff, dude.
It's a fillet.
We've done this before.
How do you do that?
You click on fillet, and then you click on the edges, like what I've been doing and showing up here. Pay attention.
I'm sorry. We're done.
All right, so like I put a fillet on those edges. Basically, the round parts.
Dude, it's not leading.
That is not right, Jack.
Wait, Will, can you help me?
So there's a fillet right there. Okay?
How do I do a backwards fillet?
What do you mean a backwards fillet?
It's backwards. Is it full round? I'm confused, Jack.
Same Jack.
My team's not leading.
It's like Home Depot.
Dude, it's like Home Depot, dude.
You smart.
I know. Stop, you're gonna break it.
So,
Come here real quick.
so you click fillet and then what?
Delete the sketch 2 and the extrude 1.
You go click what you want to fillet. So see what things I selected? I
Yeah.
selected these edges.
I don't have. Oh,
Yeah, you do.
This.
Yeah, you do. You have them. But you need to make the size,
Smaller.
I use 1.5. Somewhere between 1 and 2 is going to be probably appropriate.
I'm gonna make my car look
And then I actually selected all 6 of them. We good?
Yeah, I selected like this wall part right
No, that's
there.
fine. That's
Right,
fine.
maybe
Well, you
not.
could if that's what you want to fill it.
No, I'm right.
I didn't think you would, but I mean, if you want to.
Oh, that makes it look cooler for real.
Yeah, it does. Makes it nice and slick, right?
Yeah.
All right, folks, we are done with the wheel. Okay? Tomorrow, we'll come in and we'll do the windshield. That'll be probably the last part we do for the car.
My car was barely charged.
Okay? That'll probably be the last part for the car.
Well, it's in a little car now.
Huh?
It's little.
The sport car? If you take out that one piece, yeah, it's going to be a little short. So why don't you put your cars away? We are made good progress for sure.
I don't even know why Ben gets